Hey guys, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So I'm meal prepping for the week, and I wanted to kind of just talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on. So um, throughout the week, I was doing very, very well. I went over Friday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I was going different places on the road, that kind of thing. So in between that time, I ran out of meals, and I had to wing it on the street. That is what kind of threw me off. So this is another reason why I tell people meal prepping is actually very important, especially when you're on a weight loss journey, especially when you're on a health kick, that kind of thing. So I got up this morning, not remembering that it was daylight savings, and decided I was going to go to the grocery store at 7 and meal prep this morning. So that's what brought me to this point for you guys to meal prep with me. And I want to put this in my mouth, but I couldn't. Okay. So what's for the meals this week? I'm doing a turkey tenderloin, and I'm doing a spaghetti, but I'm doing the spaghetti in a healthier way. So I got this pack of seasoned meatballs from Publix, and I'm gonna try out these super green rotini noodles, which I'm kind of excited to try. So I am going to make a spaghetti and meatball. But how I'm going to make this a little bit healthier so that I don't have so much pasta is I'm also going to add, and I know it sounds weird, but I'm going to add broccoli to this mixture with the spaghetti. So I'll have veggies in place of what I would want pasta for. Even though it is a super green pasta, it's still a pasta. So I want to make sure that I'm still filling myself, getting the spaghetti that I want, but at the same time doing it in a healthy way. So I got this, and then the sauce that I'm using is, I think it's Rayo's homemade sauce. It's not the cheapest, but it does actually taste really, really good. And I'm also adding some tomato paste. And then with my turkey breast tenderloin that I'm going to brown on the stove and then put in the oven, I'll have Brussels sprouts and cauliflower mash with it for my other meal. So I usually make two different proteins. In this case, I'm making a spaghetti, so that'll be one meal on its own. But then with the turkey tenderloin, I also have a sweet potato in the oven. And I'm going to put my Brussels sprouts. I really actually like Brussels sprouts. And then I'm going to boil my cauliflower to make cauliflower mash with onions and garlic. So that is what I am working on this morning. So what I'm gonna do is get my cauliflower on the stove, because that actually takes time. I'm gonna put my Brussels sprouts in the oven when I put my turkey breast in the oven. So my grocery store didn't have any regular fresh Brussels sprouts, but they sell these packs called Season and Steam. You're able to microwave the Brussels sprouts in the bag. I like the taste of it in the oven, so I'm going to do the ones in the oven. That's just my thing. So since cauliflower does kind of take some time, I'm going to go ahead and do my cauliflower first. Where is it? There we go. So I got a cauliflower here. Here we go. I tried to pick the best one that I could. It's kind of like a hit or miss. And I try to get organic vegetables if possible, but if not available, regular vegetables is fine too. So I'm just gonna clean this off. Let me get my little garbage bag here. That's my little garbage bag. Put all my trash in. If you guys know from my last meal prep, I try to utilize efficiency with meal prepping, because meal prepping can be very messy. So I try to map out how I'm going to prepare my meal so that I can not use so many dishes. Because if you meal prep for the first time, you end up using so many dishes in your kitchen. It's sad. So I've learned to kind of not do it in that fashion. So I try to reuse pots and pans. So you'll see what I mean in just a moment when I do so. So you guys will know how to do it when you're doing it at home. Another thing, just so you guys know, our Halloween and Healthoween sale is going on. Good morning. That sale is going on right now where everything is 30% off on both of my sites between Elite Hair Care USA and Elite Total Body Care. The code for Elite Hair Care USA is hair30 and the code for Elite Total Body Care is health30. All right, so that's my cauliflower. I'm gonna go ahead and wash it just as I did my Brussels sprouts. So I try to do multiple vegetables so I don't get bored. That's something that I also found very common when I was meal prepping. I get bored with what I make because I'm eating the same thing over and over. So I try to mix my plates where it has different things and I can kind of say, well, you know, I don't want cauliflower today. Okay, so we got our cauliflower there. What I'm gonna do is put a little bit of garlic in the water so that my cauliflower boils with my garlic, and then we'll put this on the stove. And we will add a little bit of salt to the water, of course. You want to salt your water. That's very important. Trying to eat breakfast at the same time. So I found these little cups at Publix. They're called, Just Crack an Egg. And I got the veggie scramble. It's actually really good. It's actually really good. It's in the cold section. So all you do is add an egg, microwave it for 45 seconds, stir it up, and microwave it again, and you got breakfast. I've been eating oatmeal a lot, so I'm kind of bored with the oatmeal. That's why I wanted to try this. All right, so let's go ahead and cut up our Brussels sprouts, get that out of the way. The key to meal prepping is cleaning as you go so that you don't have to do so much work throughout the time. So I have my little pan here. I have some olive oil that I'm gonna also need, and I'm gonna need a bowl as well. And then I also have my little glass bowl because what I'm gonna do is once I cut my Brussels sprouts in half, to thoroughly cook Brussels sprouts and have them bake nicely, I'll show you guys how I do it. So all I do is cut the big ones in half. The little ones, I kind of leave those. It's the big ones that don't cook through all the way. If you don't like Brussels sprouts, use something else. But I try to put as much greens as I can. So last week, I had sweet potato, I had spinach, I had Brussels sprouts. One of those nights I had zucchini spirals. But I try to more say stick to it. All right, and then our little baby sprouts can go in there like that. So what you do, you take a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil, drizzle it over. That was about maybe a tablespoon or two. And then you're gonna take your seasonings, whatever seasonings you like to use, you're gonna put on there. Everybody's different, there's no right or wrong seasoning to it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper. some roasted garlic and herb. And then a little bit of adobo. Okay, and then we take our spoon and just stir it up. Just to kind of, you can use your hands too, but either or. You just want to try to distribute your seasons around. Okay, and then you're going to take these and just put them into your baking pan. Make them as flat as you can. Now, if you have another vegetable that you're going to do, let's say you were going to do whatever, a protein or something, you can put it in the pan as well, just so you can use that one pan more than once and be able to accommodate all your veggies and put them all in the oven at the same time. That's how that works. All right, so for my pasta, I'm gonna use broccoli to kind of sub out some of that noodle, so I don't have a bunch of pasta. Even though it's a green pasta, you still gotta watch your carbs. You still gotta look at everything in there. That pasta is made with wheat flour. It has wheat flour, zucchini, kale, parsley, broccoli, and spinach in it. But what's wrong with adding some more broccoli? And what I like to do is I like to keep my broccoli nice and big, because what it's gonna do when you go to eat the food and you eat the pasta, you're gonna see the broccoli. So the broccoli is gonna become the filler. It's gonna become the biggest part of the actual meal. So that's why I'm like, okay, I will use something like broccoli to fill in the space of where you put a bunch of pasta. So I like to keep it kind of big like that. And we'll put this in here. I'm using the same colander over again. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to make my broccoli just yet. We're going to put that here. So I need to brown these, and I also need to brown my tenderloins. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use one to flavor the other. Now, I eat both, so it's not a big deal for me. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same frying pan to brown both. So I'm going to bring you guys with me, okay? Let's go over here. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my stove. So I'm using my frying pan here. Let me turn on this light so you guys can see slightly. There we go. That's a little bit better. I have my water pre-boiled for my noodles because I knew I was going to come on. So I didn't want to come on and you guys don't see how it's done. I don't like al dente noodles, but you know, most people say I like mine's tender. So I'm going to boil those for about 8 minutes. But before I boil those, I'm going to go ahead and take care of my tenderloin because this has to go in the oven. And then I'm going to take care of my meatballs because these also are going to be cooked again in sauce. So I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil, or you can use coconut oil, is your choice. Get some tongs. Thought I had some already. Tongs. My tenderloin is already seasoned, so I'll show you guys. It's already seasoned. So I have paprika, adobo, what else did I put on there? Cayenne pepper, black pepper, and garlic powder is what I put on there. And I let it sit for about 10 minutes. That's not a full-on marination, but it's good enough. All right, so we're gonna allow our oil here to heat up, which it doesn't take very long. And then I'm gonna go ahead and drop my tenderloin into, I'm gonna go ahead and drop my tenderloin into my pots. So I'll put you guys there. There we go. So all I'm doing is browning the outside of the tenderloin, and then I'll finish it off in the oven. This one's kind of big, so I can't do two at the same time. But I'm literally just browning the outside. That's it. So in the meantime of that, I'm going to go ahead and get my meatballs ready. And check your ingredients. That's like the most important part. Check your ingredients. I can't stress that enough. Alright, so I brown one side, turn it over, brown the other side. It doesn't take long. It's going to go back into the same baking dish. That's actually a pie dish. I just used it for something else. And we're going to need some foil. Now what you can also do, instead of just putting it in the dish, you can also put it in one of those turkey bags and do it the same way. This is not to cook the turkey either. So if you're trying to cook your turkey, that's not what it's going to do. You're just using it to brown the turkey slightly on the outside. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other one. Get my foil paper ready. It smells so good. And then now that I know that my turkey is almost done, I'll put my Brussels sprouts in. My water is going. So now that my water is going, I'm going to go ahead and put my pasta in there. I'm not going to use this whole box. This is what they look like in color. Okay? So I'm going to use about half the box in pasta. So I'm going to allow this to cook for about 4 minutes. And then I'll go ahead and put my broccoli in there for it to cook for the other 4 minutes. So that's how you multitask. And if you notice, guys, I'm still doing the same, so I haven't really used anything else because you don't really need anything. The only thing that's still out is my seasoning. And that'll soon go away. Almost there. And then with the turkey tenderloin, you want to make sure that you wrap it really tight because turkey breast dries out really quickly. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil here. Because I need to do my meatballs. And then take my meatballs here. Put these in the pan, get these started. Let's see if I can get them out like this. And then you want to turn down your fire. Because I just popped my phone. So if you think about it, I'm going to have about 4 to 8 meals, okay? Because I have to eat lunch at work, and then I have to eat dinner at night. So you know you need 2 meals automatically. So if I do 2 meals, I'll use 3 meatballs in each meal. That's going to serve as my protein, depending on how big they are. So I have 1, 2, I have enough for 4 days in meatballs. Alright, so the meatballs are in. We go ahead and put this in my garbage bag. Our turkey breast is in the pan, so we're going to wrap it nice and tight. I've kind of gotten my little thing down past here. Okay, so we're going to put our turkey breast in the oven. Because remember, the inside is not cooked. And you don't have to add any more oils or anything like that. My noodles are cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and add my broccoli with my noodles so that my broccoli will cook as well. Kind of on the same schedule. And the good thing is, because I'm subbing my broccoli for my noodles, if I'm still hungry, I can add I'll add like something raw, like cucumbers or something of that nature. I'll add that to the mixture when I'm ready to eat my food. So I'll just cut up a cucumber and add that as like a little salad so that I can now fill myself up without using more pasta. You don't want to use more pasta. You're trying to stay away from as much pasta as you can. Of course, there's a substitute like what I'm using, but you still don't want to use that as a crutch. You still need to add to that. So I'm turning my meatballs over. And in this pot, if I can get it to turn over because it's really acting up. There we go. This pan, once I'm done, I don't need it anymore because that's all of my protein. But if you notice, I use the same pan. The flavor is not, there's nothing wrong with adding a little bit of turkey flavor to these meatballs. It's not that big a deal. My cauliflower's going. My noodles are going. My broccoli is going. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. It's so pretty to me. So I have my broccoli and my noodles in there. Can you imagine what this pasta is going to... This pasta right here has a lot going on. And then what I'm going to do is also cut up an onion for my sauce because I need to make my sauce. So I'm going to use a different pan. That's the only time you'll see me change my pan. It's in the slider. If I can find it. Okay. So this is the pan that I'm going to make my sauce for my spaghetti. I'm just going to flip my meatball here. So you want to cook them as best you can. Now you could have baked them too. I don't like how meatballs taste when they're baked. They got to be browned first. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up my onion. Let me clean that off really quick. And I have a trick for those of you that have reflux but you like spaghetti, like myself. I'll show you guys my trick. You can do one of two things. If you have reflux really bad and you want to make spaghetti, you use baking soda and also carrots. Carrots have a sweetness that it does something to the spaghetti sauce that kind of helps with the acidity. Baking soda is another neutralizer. You can't put too much baking soda. You just use a very small amount. I'll show you guys how I do that in just a moment. My noodles, I'll give it about, yeah, they're al dente. I don't like al dente noodles. All right, let me cut up this onion really quick. Now I'm Jamaican, so I don't need a cutting board to cut up no onion or to dice an onion. I can do that in my hand. I'm not saying it's just Jamaicans that can do it, but yeah. All right, so that's enough onion. You put this in the fridge. The cauliflower can go in the fridge as well. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off the stove. I'm gonna put this pan on the stove, and I'm gonna take just a little bit of this oil here that's already flavored, because I'm gonna use that to do my onions. So I have my tomato sauce. I have a can of organic tomato paste. My garlic. I like garlic. Actually, I like a lot of garlic. Okay, put my onions in there. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this out. So my bowls that I'm using are these bowls, guys. If you know these bowls, you know that they burn. So that's why my bowl look like that. I'm not too good to use my good bowl. So this fits in my lunchbox a little bit better than the meal prep bowls. But if you want the meal prep bowls, you can get those on Amazon. So I'm gonna go ahead, stir this baby up here. Toast them up real good. Open up my little tomato paste. So I'm gonna turn off my stove that has my noodles in it. Okay, I'm gonna take my sauce. Pour my sauce in. Turn your stove down to about medium. Remember, you're making spaghetti, so you're gonna need sauce, you guys. I don't like dry spaghetti. Okay, so this one is roasted garlic. Okay, I'm gonna take my tomato paste, which I'm not gonna use all of it. I'm gonna use a little bit, just to kind of add some richness to it. If I can get it out. It's good. I'm not gonna use any more. I have no need for it, so I'm just gonna put that in over there. Mix that in. So I'm gonna go ahead and season my sauce. Like, if you don't season your sauce, ill. So I'm gonna add some black pepper. If you like spice like me, I'm gonna add a little bit of spice. Hold on. So there's actually a client of mine that they make their own hot sauce. It's called Tico Rico. Okay, Tico Rico. It's actually really good. It's made with Reaper, Ghost, and habanero peppers. It is hot, but it has this flavor that is so good. Okay, it's so good. So I've been using this on everything. I actually purchased it from, she actually messaged me and was giving me a compliment about my video, and I went on her page just being nosy, and I saw this sauce. So I went to her, I think it's her husband's page, and I saw that they make their own and bottle their own hot sauce, and I'm a hot sauce crackhead. So I saw it and was just like, okay, let me support another person's business, another African American business. And it was just, it's I like it. So a little goes a long way. When I say a little goes a long way, if you like hot sauce, go ahead and screenshot your screen. Let me put it there for you. Screenshot your screen. Hot sauce is not a person with reflux's best friend, but I like it. Let me add the rest of my little tomato sauce here. So screenshot your screen, and their Instagram is at Tico Rico. So please go and support them. I don't know them personally, but I really like their sauce. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and add my baking soda. I use a spoon, guys. Please don't get carried away with this baking soda. So I'm going to put about that much baking soda into the sauce. When you put the baking soda, I'm going to show you what it does, because you're adding it to an acid. So it's going to do this. You're gonna see it bubble up. You cannot eat your sauce right away. You do need to allow the sauce to cook. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're doing your heat nice and low to allow the baking soda to do its thing. Is it going to take away your reflux 100%? No. But if you want to eat spaghetti, that's how I eat it. And then I like to add a little dash of sugar. I know that's cheating, but I actually like sugar in my spaghetti. Some people think it's weird, but I actually love it. So I'm just gonna add just a little dash. That literally was like a teaspoon, not even. I know that's cheating, but I like it, okay? Don't judge me. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and allow my sauce. Let's taste it. One lick of salt. Just a little bit. All right, not good. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is my meatballs that I made. I'm gonna go ahead and take them and drop them into the sauce. Remember, your meatballs are not cooked 100%. So now is the time that you wanna put them in the sauce so they will pull in all that flavor and also flavor your sauce too. Oh yes. Hi Crystal, blessings, good morning. So that's one pot that we have to clean and the tongs, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and stir this baby up. All right, and I still have my bowl with my colander that I was using to do my other stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour my noodles and everything in there. So that's a pot that I have to clean as well. And my noodles and everything is ready. Y'all see this? This water with my noodles? Yeah. So I'm just gonna let that strain off for a second and then pour it into the sink, which I'll probably use my hot water in my pan here just so that I can wash that really quickly. Alright. So we have our noodles ready. These noodles are so pretty. Look at them. Look at them. I'm aware sugar is a carbohydrate. Trust me, I'm absolutely aware. But here's the thing. A teaspoon of sugar is not going to kill you. Okay? Y'all keep using a lot of these sweeteners like stevia and all this stuff. That's cool too. But I'm not putting stevia in my spaghetti. That's just nasty. But I put less than a teaspoon of sugar into my spaghetti. So I'll let you guys see where we're at right now. I'm going to let it cook like that. If you want a natural sugar, you can use carrots. Carrots is a natural sweetener. Okay? So let's go ahead and put our seasonings away because we don't need them anymore. Those are done. And then we need our butter because we're going to make our cauliflower mash. So let me put these in the garbage. Put these in the fridge. Do anybody like naked juices? Those are called, here they are. For those of you that want to screenshot those noodles, that's what it's called. So my cauliflower is almost done. I like naked juice. I don't drink it every day because it is high in sugar. But I like naked. My daughter likes it too, so I buy it in the big jug. Hey. Alright, so let's go ahead and start cleaning up really quick. While your stuff is cooking, this is when you clean up your kitchen, y'all. Right? It's that simple. And then in the meantime, let's check our stuff in the oven. Brussels sprouts are going good. They're not ready yet. Turkey tenderloin is good. Let's check out our cauliflower here. Nice and tough, getting ready. So let's go ahead and we'll just start cleaning up our pots and pans. Guys, I'm telling you, while you in your downtime, instead of letting the dishes pile up for you to have to go now and you got a whole sink full of dishes, just wash them same time. It's easier. It's much easier. All I have is my pan here that I was making my meatballs and my turkey tenderloin in. Okay? And then I have my pot that I boiled my stuff in. And then in just a second, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add my noodles to my pasta. So I can go ahead and wash this too, because I don't need it now. I like these pans because nothing sticks to them. They got me on an infomercial. These copper pans, they got me on an infomercial, yeah. But I actually like them. And in the same pot that I just used to make my noodles and stuff, I always put my rag, my dish rag in there. And then I'm gonna tips. Well, I'm gonna check some out bleach, but I don't think so. So I'm gonna tips a little bit of bleach into the water so I can thoroughly clean the kitchen when I'm done in regards to wiping it down. Put a little bit of soap in there. Now you're hungry? The crazy part is, from me meal planning, as I'm looking at my face in my videos, I can clearly tell that I've lost inches in different places. I mean, I already know I lost inches because I weighed myself. All right, so our noodles are good. I mean, our pasta is good. So I'll bring you guys over so you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and tips in my broccoli and my green pasta into my sauce here. Okay. I'm gonna turn my stove off because I don't need the stove on. And then just mix it into the sauce. Let it soak the sauce in. If you don't like broccoli, use a different vegetable, but I like broccoli. So, broccoli and spaghetti. I don't know. I'm the weird one, that's fine. One fell, so I'm gonna taste it. It's my kitchen, so call it what you want. All right, so I'll show you guys what it looks like. There's our pasta. And if you notice, the broccoli takes up a lot of the space in the pot. That's what you want. Yes, you want spaghetti, but you got to do it in a healthier way. So I added the broccoli to take up a lot of the space of the pasta. I know it looked good. It's going to taste good. The cauliflower is almost done. It's not done 100%. Let me go ahead and clean up this mess here real quick with this colander. All right, so our noodles are done. I'm gonna go ahead and lay out my bowls here. I think I already have some used bowls. So let's do those instead. 3. These, this, and this. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my bowls out. Apparently my kids don't know how to wash bowls properly, so maybe I'll have to go wash again. My kids decided that they were gonna wash the bowls, and of course they don't wash them. Never mind. These kids here is different. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it again. Like, yes, guys, I got a dishwasher and all that. I only use that when I'm like overwhelmed and not in the mood. I'm just getting a little oil that they left behind out of the bowl. So we're gonna go ahead and line out these bowls. Yeah. New age kids are funny. They can't wash dishes. No, they can't. I just knew when my mom was on her way home. I knew my mom's keys sound and everything. I knew that she was on her way. And when I heard certain things, I would look at the clock and I'm like, okay, mommy usually gets here around 5:20. So I'm not gonna go wash the dishes up until like 5 o'clock. We all did it. All right, so got our bowls. Let me check on my tenderloin here because that don't take too long. The tenderloin don't take as long as it would most pieces. So what I'm gonna do, get my knife, my fork, and I'm gonna just, well, technically you're supposed to let it rest, but I wanna see if it's ready on the inside. Definitely not. That no. So we're gonna go ahead and put it back in there. You guys just won't be able to see the turkey tenderloin part because I feel like this is gonna take a lot longer than I suspected. So this will go back in there. Let me see my Brussels sprouts. Not yet. So in the meantime, what I'll do is go ahead and plate the spaghetti. You don't want to leave your spaghetti in the pot for too long. So let me get a nice spoon. I like to use a soup spoon. That's called greediness, but it's cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you definitely wanna make sure that you portion your meatballs. Don't put too many meatballs in. Once you get your meatballs in, then you put your pasta and your veggies. Okay? And you need the sauce, guys. So don't try to eliminate the sauce, because when you go to warm this up, when it's time to eat, you're going to be looking like, this is dry. And I stopped putting my meals in the freezer. I put them in the refrigerator, because when they're in the freezer, they're away from the eye. So you can easily get sidetracked because you decided that today was going to be the day that you were not going to open the freezer. And you're going to eat what you have in the fridge because you want to eat what everybody else eats. That's where we mess up. All right, so last one. And it turned out to be just enough. And then any of them that's kind of lacking in sauce, I'll put a little bit of sauce. And no, I did not measure out how much I was going to use. And I just kind of eyeballed it. So that is our spaghetti. It's 3 meatballs. So your protein is supposed to be able to fit in your palm. So that's 3 meatballs. And that's all I use. 3 meatballs, broccoli, and the pasta. And then I'm just going to let it sit out for a second. You don't want to put it in your fridge when it's like piping hot. So we'll take this out of here for right now. Go ahead and get that going. And then what I do, I try to get bowls in different colors. So I'm going to tell you why. Because it fools the eye. If I have the same color top, I'm going to automatically tell myself like, oh, okay, all of these are the same. So what I'll do is I'll use different color tops and drop it in. And in the morning, I just grab one out. Whatever I grab is what I'm having. So I'm just rinsing and washing out my pot here. Get that out of the way. I'm going to need my bowl again for my cauliflower mash. So I'll show you guys that in just a second. I just broke my own pot. Why are you doing that? Here. And then I'm just going to put these away. Yeah, and it tastes really good. I tried it. I love cauliflower too. All right, so the cauliflower should be ready by now, which it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and strain off the water. All right, so I'm gonna pour my cauliflower into my bowl here. For the cauliflower mash. So you got your cauliflower, okay? Nice and hot. You're gonna need some black pepper and your seasonings of whatever choice. So you definitely want to make sure you add, I don't know why people like bland food. I don't. I'm using pink Himalayan salt. Just a little bit. This is like one of my favorite seasonings too. I got this one at Publix. Actually, I got this from Winn-Dixie. This is their brand. It's called Roasted Garlic and Herb. But it actually tastes really good. Okay. Then you're going to need your butter. Please go sparing with the butter. And you're also going to need your masher. But you do have to add some sort of butter, guys. Okay? I don't like the oil, so I'm going to add butter. And I use Kerrygold butter, by the way. It's grass-fed Kerrygold grass-fed Kerrygold. Grass-fed cows. So I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of butter. If I don't meal prep, then I'm not going to follow through with it. And then I'm also going to get some Greek yogurt. This is a all-natural, non-fat Greek strained yogurt. Just as if you were making regular mash. You use sour cream or Greek yogurt or whatever. Then I take my masher here. I like mine gritty, so to each his own. However you like yours, that's how you'll make yours. Some people add cheese to make it cauliflower mac and cheese. I don't add any cheese. I'm trying to stay as far away from as much dairy as I can. This is probably the most dairy you'll catch me with. A little bit of butter and some Greek yogurt, but not even cereal. When I eat my oatmeal, I use water. And then I'll eat an egg here or there. I don't even eat egg every day. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, stir that baby up. Now you can mash it out more. I don't want it. I don't like it too mashed. I like it to look chunky. Yep, cauliflower mash is just like using potatoes, but instead you're using cauliflower, which is way healthier, of course, than any starch. And it actually tastes really good. I like cauliflower. All right, let's check our sweet potato. So our sweet potato was ready. Now you can do one of two things. You can dice your sweet potato and put it into your mash to make a cauliflower sweet potato mash. Or you can do less cauliflower and then add a sweet potato as another side, which is what I'm gonna do. And all I do is cut my sweet potato into 4. I'll let my mash kind of sit for a second. I baked my sweet potato in the oven and just cut it into 4 cubes. Well, probably not, because I don't want all of them to have sweet potato in it. So I'm gonna put a sweet potato there and a sweet potato in another one. I like sweet potatoes too. It's a good starch. It's a good carb. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cauliflower mash, because remember we have our Brussels sprouts too. Okay, don't forget your Brussels sprouts. There might be a day where I only have cauliflower mash. But I always try to add a veggie. So I'm one of those people where I always try to add some sort of vegetable to my meal, because you want to fill with as much veggies as you can. How do I pick out sweet potatoes? I don't. I just really just look for the smaller ones. I feel like the big ones are like warped and filled. I like the small ones. A sweet potato should look like this. That's just me. I feel like a sweet potato should look like a sweet potato, not look like a turnip or look like a freaking watermelon. I can only eat sweet potatoes with sugar and butter. No, you'll be surprised. I can eat mine like this. So what I'll do is I will take it and just pinch it. It's hot as hell, but I like to pinch it while it's hot. Put that in the garbage. And now I have my sweet potato. Same thing with this one. If it's cooked all the way, the skin will come right off. So I have my mashed and sweet potato. So this one I'm definitely going to add Brussels sprouts to. All right, so let's take out our Brussels sprouts, because those should definitely be done by now, which they are. So our Brussels sprouts are done, okay? So what we're gonna do is use this. Scoop some in. Now for the ones that don't have any type of vegetable, meaning the sweet potato, I'm gonna put more Brussels sprouts in. Brussels sprouts are really filling too. And then for this one that had just that little bit of mash, I'll put more Brussels sprouts than the one that didn't. And then I always eat one. You can use turkey bacon with this too. So that's our plate. Now we're just waiting on the meat. All right, so I got this big old pan here. I've inspired you to start now. I'm just rinsing out this little bit of dishes that I had that I just created towards the end. See, when you wash them as you go, because you're going to end up using them sometime again. If you know you're going to use them again, then don't wash them. Listen, all these flavors are going to go in the same plate, honey. I just try to add different textures to my food so that I'm still excited about my food. I like to add different textures just so that I stay excited. Like, that's where meal prepping gets boring, because you're telling yourself, oh, I'm about to eat the same thing again. When if you have put in different textures, you alternated your colors, you add this veggie to that, you do this to that, then you won't be so bored with it. Now, don't get me wrong. Some days, like if we have takeout day on Thursdays, so the kids will eat like wings or something. And what I'll do is I'll order like a buffalo chicken salad just so I can feel like I'm having that wings, or I'll make a salad and use buffalo tuna just to fulfill the urge of me having those wings. That has actually worked. All right, you guys, if I can get everybody to close their chat for me and just thumbs up this live. So many of you are watching with me this morning, so I'd really appreciate if you guys could close that live chat and just thumbs up for me. Are all your meals for lunch only? No, it's lunch and dinner. Thank you for allowing us in your kitchen. Oh, thank you for watching. All right, so let's just get everything nice and clean so I don't even have to think about it when I'm done. And then I also have fruit. So for my snack, I got pickles, grapefruit, and grapes. And whenever I'm on the go, I'll put pickles in a bag. And I always put 2 fruits in a bag, or 2 veggies or whatever in a bag. And I also have cucumbers too. So I'll use those as my fruit, as my snack, to keep me filled throughout the day. All right, so our spaghetti's somewhat cool, but I'm gonna wait until I take the turkey out of the oven, cut that up, That's my bleach water. Hey, Crystal. Love the terrific meal prep idea. So happy I received notification as today we're off to grocery shop and pantry stock. I did that at 7 a.m. this morning. I could never meal prep. My husband would eat everything. What do you use the bleach water for? That's just to wipe down the kitchen. Keep it clean. You're welcome. Meal prepping is actually nice because I got everything done in a short time. So that's the good part about meal prepping. Oh man, I forgot to put this stuff away. And my kitchen is clean. Like, I'm back to square one. So like, I'll show you guys my refrigerator so you guys can see. I try not to buy a bunch of junk anymore. So like, that's my shelf with my kids' Lunchables. And then this is like veggies and fruits, and then some eggs because I can't fit any more eggs there. Got my veggies back there, fruits, grapes. We eat a lot of broccoli. Down here we have Naked, Gatorade, almond milk, and this is our favorite apple juice. As expensive as this shit is, but we love it. And then our orange juice. And then we have our veggies. We eat a lot of cabbage too. And then we keep all of our water there. So if you set yourself for success, you'll be so much happier. I'm telling you guys, you'll be so much happier. So for today's snack, I'm going to do pickles and grapes. Yeah, pickles and grapes. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-wash my grapes. I have a lunchbox. Well, it's my kid's lunchbox, but this is my lunchbox that I bring every day. And I put all of my stuff in there. Take out my 2 Ziploc bags. Oh no, we're out of Ziploc bags. Forgot to buy some more. My pickles can probably fit in a snack bag. So for the grapes, let me find my knife. All right, so I bring that many grapes. I eyeball it, you guys. I just eyeball it. It's not even that serious. It's grapes. And I love grapes. But they have to be firm. So I'll put my grapes in my bag. That's snack 1. And then snack 2 is going to be my pickles. I found these pickles made with sea salt, so I said I would try them. And they're much smaller. This is the part that always, duh. If you ever can't open a jar, you tap the lid on the counter. Just lightly. My mom taught me that. So whenever the hitting the bottom doesn't work, you tap the lid on the counter, you just go around, and then it opens. I know that was weird. Let me see how these taste. Tastes like pickles. Pickles. So that's my second snack. Hey. All right, let me put this back. Let's check on this turkey, because it seems to be taking very long. Honestly, it shouldn't have taken that long, but they're big. Ooh. Let me just cut this one in half. See if and it's ready. Yes, our turkey is ready. This is why I browned it, because if you don't, it's just like a big old white piece of meat. All right. So yes, you're supposed to let your meat rest. This is not Food Network. No, I'm not waiting. I'm about to cut it up anyway. So guess what? We're not letting no food rest. We're gonna cut it up. So let's go ahead and start there. Look at that turkey breast. All right, so I'm not a pro. I'm just gonna cut this thing up the way I see fit, like pork. Like Thanksgiving. I should have had a carver. Ooh. And then all I do, once I cut it up, because I'm cutting up everything, I just put it right back in the juices. Ooh, that thing is nice. I like to cut them big because it gives you this feeling that it's nice and it's like a piece of chicken. Yeah. And then just put it back in the juice till you're ready for it. I have a whole nother piece to cut up. I bought hamburger patties too, but I didn't want any ground meat this week. I probably should have put a towel under my cutting board, but I didn't. All right, look at that. Turkey. So we're going to put it back in the little juices so it can soak up some more juice. Ooh. And I sample as I go. So here's our turkey. That's why I said I would just put it back in its little juices. So now what we're going to do is just take some pieces and put it in our little bowl here. Same thing there. And then our other one over here. So it turns out to be just enough, you guys. Oh, dang it. Let me put another piece. Let me see. This one. All right, there we go. So each one has about 4 pieces. That one needs one more. That one needs one more. And then this one has little medallions. So we're just going to put medallions and that will equal about the same. And then this little piece right here, I'm going to eat it. And then you can take your juices and put it on your cauliflower. Nobody don't want dry food. So all I'm going to do is take these juices right here and put a little bit on my cauliflower so that when I do warm it up, it's not dry. You want to make sure that you have a good amount of moisture in your bowl, because when you warm it up, all of this stuff dries out. So you don't want it to dry out too much. Ooh, so tasty. And we are now done meal prepping. So I have veggie spaghetti, turkey tenderloin with Brussels sprouts and cauliflower mash. And then I also have a turkey tenderloin with Brussels sprouts, sweet potato, and cauliflower mash. So we made a healthy spaghetti using green noodles, which is, I forgot what they're called, super green. I filled some of the noodles to substitute a lot of noodles. I put broccoli in there, and then I put some meatballs, and then same thing here. So now I have all of my meals for the rest of this week. And then in between, let's say I don't want pasta for lunch, and I decide not to bring pasta. Then I was trying to treat myself one day where I will substitute and get a salad from the store or something of that nature. But I try to stick to my meals, okay? Try your hardest to stick to your meal prep. That's why you want to make your meals exciting. You want to make them flavorful. Nobody don't want a nasty food. And then what I do is I'll literally plate my meals, right? And then I'll put them in different order on purpose. Like you'll see me drop something in between, or put one here or put one there, close my eyes and put it in there, and then however it lands and what I grab is what I'm eating. Like that. And then I have these two here. Same thing. I need one more top. I think I had an extra top and I threw it back in the thing. And we have our meals prepped, period. And then what I do, the reason why I cleared my top area in my refrigerator up here is because that is where I put my meals. So every time I open the refrigerator to go look for something that I know I should not be eating, I will, oh, let's make it stay. I'll see my meals jump up right there. So I'll have to, that'll be like you have to kind of fool your mind when you're not, when you know for a fact you want to do something, you want to eat certain things. I'm a foodie. And a lot of people don't know I went to culinary school. So then I'll put my meals up here like that. This don't even belong up here, so I don't know why it's there in the first place. Got my breakfast. These kids are going to eat these Lunchables. I'm going to throw them out. There we go. I'll do this. There we go. Meals are ready and prepped. Snack is there, ready to go. Kitchen is somewhat clean, so I'm gonna go and clean it up thoroughly. And that's how we do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed meal prep with me today. I know this video was fairly long, but I hope you guys got a couple tips to make your life easier on your meal prep day. And of course, as I said, the 30% off sale is still going on Elite HairCareUSA.com and also Elite Total Body Care. This is the last sale before Black Friday, okay? This is the last, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it for the people in the back. This is the last sale before Black Friday. This is the final sale before Black Friday. So this is the only time that you will save 30% off until Black Friday sale. And the hair hydration machines are available on my site. We did put a very limited number of stock in there. The rest will not be released again until Black Friday. So if you want, and those won't be on sale on Black Friday. So if you want the handheld hydration machine for your hair, you can definitely jump on the site now and get it. I can tell you they're about 70% sold out between yesterday and today when I put them on the site. About 70% of them are gone already. So I can anticipate by the end of today, they will be gone completely. And then there won't be any more on the site until Black Friday. Well, I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday. Oh, the code, sorry. The code for the 30% off sale is HAIR30. That's on our Elite Hair Care USA site. And the code for our EliteTotalBodyCare.com site is HEALTH30. HELTH 30. Okay? All right, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. And I hope you guys got some tips. I'll be uploading a video fairly shortly today for you guys to see. And don't forget, comment, subscribe, and thumbs up.